It's Vlogmas.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is
pouring. Protein oats are made. Get the dogs ready.
Okay.
We have a surprise for these little ones. The friend. It's a friend. No. Look, it's a friend.
Tell me, can you feel it? There is loving in the air. No more feeling lonely or in despair. We give out the presents, they keep coming back for more. No one should be sad or left alone. Nothing matters more than being.
Hey guys, I know it's like the first time I'm checking in with you guys today, but it's honestly been a day. I don't even know where to start, but I just got to Becca's house. It's about an hour drive from my house because we both moved. But today we are going to film a mukbang. I hope I'm saying that right. And we are just gonna go out and get some food and shop around and have just like a fun day together. So I'm so excited to take you guys with me. So let's go. Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its. Target? Hold on, I'm not in focus. Okay, we're at Target getting placemats, and then we're about to have our mukbang. And if you're wondering what a mukbang is, it's basically where we just eat a ton of food and talk to the camera. So it's raining and I'm protecting my head. Stop number 2 is coffee shop.
It was the night before Christmas. I was closing down for business in my little present shop, when the bell on the door jingled once more, and then time almost came to a stop. But somehow I knew, and maybe so did you, that everything would change from now on.
She's got it. Waving at the people, waving at the people, waving. Come on. She's walking.
Oh yeah, get it. Get in there. Yeah. Get that footwork. Get that footwork. Work it, work it, work it. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Hashtag, we got our coffee. Now time to mukbang. Mukbang. Mukbang.
Is that a whole hashtag or did you divide that into separate hashtags?
I don't know. I'm making me. Okay, we're getting our food at Whole Foods for mukbang. And I have a mushroom on my head. We think we should just try vitamins during our mukbang.
Yeah, St. John's wort? Anybody?
Yes, from this Christmas on, this Christmas on, from this.
Alright, we got our mukbang stuff. About to mukbang ourselves into a food coma.
Yeah.
Alright, I have to show you guys what we're eating for our mukbang. So I have a whole food salad filled with all the veggies. I have some acorn squash. I have Brussels sprouts, some kind of sweet potato hash, fingerling potatoes, more Brussels sprouts. I have a dressing, guacamole, pineapple, my coffee, sparkling water, salsa, and some cookies for snacking. By the way, those are the best gluten-free cookies ever. And then, what is this, Becca?
Chicken salad.
Okay, Becca has chicken salad, some broccoli salad, some Brussels sprouts, all kinds of meats, some jalapeno chicken chips, those look good, some wisps, and buffalo wing almonds, and an almond sea salt. We got a theme going on here. And check out this lighting. I'm out of breath. Does my head come off? Do I look bald?
My bun is cut off. No. Am I a shadow figures now?
No, I think it's way better.
Alright.
Hey guys!
Hi!
We have Becca here. You guys know Becca.
We have Becca. Like there's multiple of you that has one of me.
I'm like nervous. Alright, I feel like I need to explain why we kind of look like we just got hit by buses. Is that it's pouring out rain and it's cold and we just went to a ton of different stores and we're hungry.
Yes.
So today we're doing a mukbang for Vlogmas Day 9. And a lot of you guys have been asking us to do this. And if you're wondering what a mukbang is, it's basically where we just eat a ton of food and talk to the camera. But we get pretty awkward just talking because we are awkward.
Yes.
So we decided what we're gonna do is make this a Q&A.
Yes.
So we asked you guys some questions on Instagram, on my Vlogmas latest video. I'm so hungry, my stomach's rumbling. And Becca has questions on her story. So we kind of wrote some of them down. Not kind of, we did write some of them down.
Anything really to say? I guess we can just get started with the Q&A.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm like the ugliest eater, so deal.
Yeah. The internet gets what it gets today.
You get what you get, and you don't get upset.
Alright.
Your dog is so cute. It smells like food. It's
I know.
At the end of this, let's introduce Peyton.
Okay. So.
Okay, let's eat. And then let's do the first question, and we'll try to answer it as we eat.
Yeah. What's our favorite trip together?
Oh, that's a hard one because there's so many fun trips that we've done. We like to go on these like bestie getaways. Oh my god, I can't open this. I think Jackson County.
Yeah, that was the best.
Ooh, go to the gym, kids. I think it was just fun because it was Halloween. It was really, really cold. It was just fun. We like went horseback riding and everything. I'll put the link here so you guys can read about it. And then I liked the Charleston when we went to the beach that day. We had these like, I don't know, we were sitting on the beach and we had these guys that like would not leave us alone. We We said we were dating. We like said the most obnoxious stuff, and they would not leave us alone.
And we saw them later on that evening at the ice cream shop, and we like ran away.
We like ducked so they didn't see us, and just like bolted. It was really funny, but I don't know, it's hard.
The next fun question is, how did we meet? And
Which time?
which time?
Story time.
So story time.
I'll let you. Oh my gosh.
Actually,
spicy.
I want to tell the second part of the story. You tell the first part because I don't
You
remember the
that.
first part.
Right. I'm gonna say this very kindly.
Oh yeah, please do.
I don't know what I can say, but I first met Becca.
You want some of my water?
Yup. It's really spicy. Alright. So the first time I met Becca, I was dating somebody else at the time. And we went to this house party. It was like a coworker. And it was like way late in the night. And there was a girl sitting on the chair, very tired. And
Definitely not sober. Not sober.
we were just standing there. This has been a long time. I can't really like remember how it went down, but I guess Becca rolled down the hill. She took the wrong step. So I kindly picked grass off of her.
Yes. Yes, she did. She picked grass off me. But the second time that we met, I was sober. And the person that she was dating had invited me to come hang out with them at a bar. And for trivia night. Yeah, so for trivia night. And I think I told this story like on my blog when I had one, but basically I knew nobody when I came to Charlotte, not a single soul. So I was alone for a while. And when I met Tara at the bar that night, she totally like pulled up a stool and she was like, here, sit next to me, come hang out. Anyways, I sat next to Tara. And when Tara was like introducing me to her friends, she was like, oh, this is my friend Becca. And I'll never forget that because that made me feel like so included, like I was your friend.
You let me pick grass off you. That's becoming friends.
Yes. So that's how we became friends, and then we just started hanging out ever since after that.
We just vibed so well. Like, you know when you start hanging out with somebody and you know, like, that person's gonna be my friend, or, oh my gosh, this is just gonna be, like, an acquaintance or really awkward. I've had people come and go out of my life where we just didn't, like, click.
Yes.
And, like, with Becca and I, we just, like, clicked. Like, the first time we hung out...
It was instant.
Yeah, we're both weird and awkward, and we don't like certain situations, or we just know when to like bounce. I don't know, but when we first hung out, it was like in my kitchen.
Yeah, we can go like on the we can kind of flow together. We flow together.
Yeah. And she made these like whiskey brownie balls, and she's like, they're just so dry. I was like, oh, they're so good.
I was so embarrassed because you're like this girl who knows how to bake and what she's doing in the kitchen. I'm just like, I have no idea.
No, it was cute. And we went to this like Friendsgiving, I guess. Oh, that was a shit show. Oh my god.
Do you have to bleep that out?
Nope.
Alright, so next question.
Yeah. Oh my god, this guacamole is so good. You have to have some.
Maybe I'll try it with my chicken chips.
What's the next question?
What is each other's pet peeve?
Ooh.
Do you wanna go first?
The only reason I know, I would like usually have to think about like, oh, what a pet peeve is with her, or just like I don't like everything you do, but holy moly. But she did this to me last night.
I just did guac.
Huh?
The guac is good.
Oh, I thought you said you just kicked one.
I just did guac. Yep, I kicked one. He's down.
Anyway, she did it to me last night. I know she means nothing by it, but I am one of those people that I add smiley faces, exclamation marks, and unnecessary things to my text messages to really show a person that I care. And Becca will be like, I'll be like, hey, wanna go get brunch tomorrow and some coffee? Sure. are you sure you want to go coffee brunch? And then she'll send like an emoji with 1,000 exclamation points. But she did that to me last night. So I guess, and it was midnight, I'll give you that one. I texted her.
It was midnight and I was a couple of wines drinking.
Me too. Yeah. And so I texted her and she just said, okay, with a period. And I like fired back. I was like, are you sure? And she said, yes, smiley face, exclamation point, smiley face. And then I told her I loved her and then I fell asleep. That's my pet peeve. It's not like, it's not going to end our friendship.
No, I hope not.
But
I hope my punctuation.
Napkins.
That would have been a really good idea.
Oh, I just got guacamole in my hair.
So Tara doesn't have an off switch sometimes. Like, she just doesn't, she's like this one time.
Oh God, story. I don't know what you're gonna say.
We went to Washington, D.C. and
oh, is this the hungry stuff?
Hungry.
Can I just say something? I know I'm interrupting you. I was just as hungry. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, then the other thing is that Tara is super positive all the time. Like, she's overly optimistic. So even though she's hungry, she could have like her hand blown off and she would be like, this is totally fine. It's fine. You could be sitting in a room full of fire and you'd be like, I'm fine. She's like, so like, it was to the point where it was annoyingly over optimistic while I was starving my face off. And she was just like, let's keep going. We walked like 16 miles that day and I had a half a salad. I was gonna die.
No. First of all, we had dinner reservations. I'll tell them the story.
Yeah.
We had dinner reservations and we decided that someone else wanted to come with us and we waited on them for like, what, 45 minutes and then they decided they didn't want to come. And then so we had to bump our reservation to like a later time and that person didn't show up for hours. So we were just over it. But I am annoyingly optimistic.
The sausage is really sausagey.
The squash is really squashy.
Scariest situation that we've been in together. This is fun.
I mean, probably the time when we were in Jackson County and I wanted to get a picture of the fall trees.
Yep.
And so we went up like this back road because it was absolutely breathtaking. I'm gonna insert the photo so you guys can see what happened before we took the photo. But it was so rainy and it was like a dirt road and we got stuck like on the
side of
scariest
like,
side of the cliff.
It wasn't a cliff, it was like a gutter. It felt like a cliff.
But you don't like, this is gonna sound horrible, but like you don't know who lives in the mountains and like you don't go on people's property, which we weren't on anyone's property, but we were pretty close.
Yeah.
And we were scared.
There was just no help around for miles and miles.
Yeah, it was kind of scary.
Another scary situation is I like to take photos of creepy things and like abandoned things.
I'm always the getaway car.
And she's always the getaway car. And this one time I was taking a picture of like this huge water tower.
Oh, the Monroe one?
This huge water tower, and I was like up underneath the water tower. And I hear behind me, I hear Tara go, back up, back up, back up, back up. And I turn around, I'm like, what? Like, what do you want? And there's a man in his car, sitting, like, he parked his car behind our car and was like sitting and staring at us.
Well, what she didn't see is that the guy drove. He saw us like out there and then he reversed and came back. So that was like, that was scary. So yeah, you gotta have a getaway car. Like, that kind of makes me nervous that if you were by yourself, like, what would have happened?
Or was not paying attention to my surroundings. So, anyways, I can admit it.
I mean, we probably had some scarier things happen, but we're just not remembering.
We've blocked them out of our memory.
They're repressed.
Overly optimistic Tara.
Bye!
That's a dating nightmare.
Ooh.
Do you want to go first?
I mean, I've had dating nightmares. I've dated people who are like nightmares. Dating nightmare. like a first date kind of thing, right? Not like a first date, but like someone that you didn't like date long. I don't know. You go first because I don't know.
There was that time that I escapade while you were on a date.
You what?
I escaped. We were all like hanging out together at the bar and I just vanished.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a dating nightmare. That's just something that Becca does.
So Becca didn't tell me that she just bounces. So we were kind of like on a... Were we on a double date?
No.
Okay,
I think I definitely was third wheeling.
Okay, no, because he had friends. But they were weird, so yeah, it was like third wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was kind of like going on dates with this guy who is like actually really cool. He's nice, but we kind of realized like we are, and all of a sudden Becca just disappears. She's nowhere. She doesn't text me. She doesn't call me. She just bounces. And this is probably like the first 5 months of us hanging out, and I'm like, she's gonna die. She's been kidnapped.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, she just left to go hang out with somebody. So that was kind of scary. But Becca, okay, I'm gonna call you out here. Becca has the funny, like there should be a whole new series on Becca's dating, like nightmares. Like, for two, the guy uptown, I find this the funniest story ever, and you don't have to tell it if you don't want to, but it's funny. And
do you want to tell it?
No. Well, you know what? I'll tell it first, and then you can take it away.
Okay.
So, because there's like two parts. So it's like my side, your side. Ellen and I had just left, like going to the gym. We went and worked out, and we ran into Becca, and she was on a date, a first date. And like I thought the guy was like tall and handsome, and I like ran up to Becca, like scared her because I didn't think she saw me. And that's all I can remember, like from there. So. Yeah.
So I had met this guy at like a different location.
You go ahead, girlfriend.
We had met at a different location, and he drove us to Uptown. So I was like stuck with him, and
that's a nightmare itself.
Yeah. So we like we're walking. Excuse me. We're walking around Uptown, and we go get coffee and stuff, and he takes like 2 sips of his coffee, and he's like staring at me, and I was like, what is wrong? And he's like, I have to go to the bathroom. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, you do you, both. So he's in the bathroom for like 40 minutes, and then he comes out and he's like, okay, are you ready? Like nothing happened, like no time passed, like nothing happened.
We all know what he was doing in the bathroom.
But then he went again. He went for a second time and was there forever. And by the time he came out, I was like, yo, I'm ready. Like, just take me back to my car. I'm done.
That was the funniest. Like, that's a nightmare. That's so gross. You're welcome. And then David? I shouldn't have said his name. He doesn't watch this.
No.
David.
Yeah, David.
David's his name.
David's a pretty common name.
Yeah, David.
Well, he'll know once I call him out.
Let's name him. He had a fake name.
David. You called him David.
First of all, I'll tell you why I called him David. Becca always nicknamed her dates. So I never knew their first names, ever.
No.
The only first name I've ever known was Freddie.
So we were dating, and we were pretty, like, we felt like we were kind of compatible, but I'm weird when it comes to, like, dating and stuff. I was never really certain about anyone until I met Freddie. Like, I never really felt anything for anyone until I met Freddie.
We had some really long car conversation cries.
Yes, we did. So David was living at this little condo, and he asked me to come over, and he said he would make spaghetti. And I was like, okay, cool. But I was like, at this point in time, I was really on the keto kick, so I was not going to eat spaghetti noodles. Does this sound dumb?
No,
I say that.
I'm laughing at the
So I brought zoodles. So, like, zucchini noodles. So, like, I get there, and I thought that possibly he had already had, like, the spaghetti going and cooking. No, I get there, and his, like, 2 little cupboards, he pulls out a jar, like, with, like, the kind that you open with a can opener of tomato paste. Oh. And a jar of tomato sauce. And it wasn't, like, the pop open kind, it was, like, can opener kind.
I like can opener kind.
I'm not a huge fan of it. So then he like pulls that out, and then he gets in his fridge, and he pulls out this package of meat, of raw meat. And I asked them, I said, how long has that been in your fridge for? And he was like, oh, it's been in there for like a couple weeks now.
Cut! Continue, sorry.
So I was like, I'm not eating that. And he was like, I thought meat was okay in the fridge. I really feel like I'm just sitting here slamming him.
Do you want me to make the story short?
Yeah.
So he said he was gonna make a really, really nice healthy dinner, and he basically made Becca cook old meat that was like green.
Yeah.
And pasta sauce, and it was really not romantic.
It was basically like ketchup with meat.
Your dog is eating my foot.
She keeps looking at my hand.
Oh, maybe that it's not. Nope, she's licking my shoes. It's question. By the way, this grilled pineapple from Whole Foods is legit good.
Let's see. What do you think of each other's significant others?
Oh, okay. I'll answer this one because, first of all, I'm always happy if Becca's happy. Pageant answer. But I've definitely like been with some of the guys she's dated. Because I'm optimistic, I won't say anything to her. Like, I think friends should make decisions for themselves, and you should just be there to listen, whether you think, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on that, but I think if you get too pushy in someone else's life and relationship choices, then it could really break a friendship. I know that sounds really wrong. Like, if obviously she was being hurt or something was seriously wrong, I'd be like, no. But I think if I don't like a person personally, that's my problem. That's not...
No, we would always be there for each other if something was really wrong.
Yeah.
But you need to let your friends make their own choices.
Because you can end up not being friends after that. Like, I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
But, I mean, so I've kind of kept my mouth shut. And same with you, kind of. Like, I mean, if I come to you for a problem, you're like, you bitch with me. And, like, yeah. But... So, some of the guys, like, for instance, the one she's just been talking about, I haven't, like, liked them that much. I didn't care for them. I just let, like, Becca's just, like, she can have these intellectual conversations, and she's just amazing. Like, not trying to, like, be weird, but she deserves somebody who's equally amazing. And Freddie is equally amazing, and if a best friend could choose a guy to date her best friend, I would choose Freddie just because of how much he loves her. And like, Becca turned into a completely different person when it came to like your happiness after meeting him. I just felt like you were ready for a relationship at that time. Yeah. And you weren't looking for it. Yeah. And they met so naturally and organically, and I don't know, like, from day one, before I even met Freddie, I liked Freddie. Family has like adopted you into their life, and like the way he treats you is like so incredible. So yeah, I love Freddie, and I would choose him again and again and again. I hope that didn't sound too choppy. No, I can't get my words out.
It sounded wonderful.
I'm not as good with my words.
It's awkward being on camera and having to like say something like that.
I agree, it is awkward.
No, that was beautiful and heartfelt, and I felt it in my heart.
Well, I love Freddie, I really do.
How do I feel about Tara's significant other? I love Kyle. Kyle is awesome. He's smart. He's sophisticated. He knows how to treat Tara, and he lets Tara blossom into the person that she truly is.
He lets me bop.
He loves you for you, and that is so important. And not only does he love you for you, he lets you be you, and he never tries to change that about her. Yeah. He's a very sweet soul. I think he's a very sweet person.
I think if like people met him, they'd be surprised at how like soft. Yeah. And how quiet. Yeah. I am not the opposite, but I am a talker. I will keep talking, and I will never let there be a silent moment. And sometimes it's like annoying, but I don't like silence. Like, Kyle is more of the listener. Like, he loves to listen and loves to give really good advice. Yes. Remember the time that we were at that girl's barbecue and the phone dots. There's dots!
That was funny.
Kyle was coaching her. Oh, we got invited to this really awkward barbecue, and I don't even want to get into it. I don't want to get into it.
How do you keep your friendship spicy?
Ooh, we mukbang. We're not always up each other's butts.
No, we don't. We're not like stage 5 clingers to each other. The other thing is that we're really like down for whatever the other person wants to do. Like I told her today, I know that she had to do Vlogmas, but I was like, yo, I gotta go to Target. And she was like, okay, cool, let's go to Target together.
Everybody would go to Target.
Yeah, everyone would go to Target. But I mean, we just like, we can go with the flow together. I think that's what I was trying to say earlier, but we're just really easygoing people.
We just like to hang out. Like that, I think if you have a friend that everything has to be like an event, like we like those things too, but like we don't have to have a reason to hang out. We'll just be like, you want to hang out tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we always start our days with like coffee and
yeah. We can go for like car rides for like hours and just be perfectly fine just talking about life. And
like my mom invited us to this like paranormal house haunting.
Yeah, that was
and
fun.
It was, well, it would have been like the worst thing if we actually like were listening to the like people. It was so horrible and boring. Like, oh, I don't even know how to describe it, but we like made the best out of it, and I think we do that with a lot of situations.
Yeah, for sure. Is that what really keeps our relationship spicy? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if spicy is like the word to go for. How do we keep our relationship strong? Is that I don't know.
We're understanding of each other and
we're there for each other. Even though we like live forever apart now, we make time for each other.
And there's nothing. Yeah, if you called me in the middle of the night, I would be at your house as soon as possible.
I will say this too, and I think this has actually been a really, really good like part.
Can I have a pineapple?
They're not ripe. They're crunchy.
Those are crunchy.
Disappointing. Ew, David. So I think one thing, and maybe you guys can do this with your friends or have this same understanding. Some days you wake up and you don't want to hang out or be around anybody. You just want to be home. Or sometimes you get off work or you have a whole day full of all these things. And you know, there's nothing better than going home and just having that time to yourself. We never, ever, ever get upset if we're like, you know, like can we do this tomorrow? Or hey, I'm really busy tonight. We never get mad. Like I think we have both gone back and forth and pushed things off for like a month before. And then we get back together, like we broke up. We get back together and it's like nothing. So I don't know. I think having understanding of each other's like emotions, energy, time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a really good thing to have in a relationship.
In any relationship.
Yeah.
What's your favorite coffee shop to go to together?
Ooh. What's one we used to always go to together? Amelie's, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good default for us.
Coco's and the Director.
Yes, that's a good one.
And Not Just Coffee.
I do like Not Just Coffee.
And then what's another one we just had recently? I was like, this is so good. It's new.
It's the one we went to last weekend, right?
Yeah. No. I was like, you're really gonna like this. Oh, the Lincoln Haberdashery.
Oh yeah,
okay, that's
was
really
good.
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
All right, next question.
Okay.
We're gonna try to speed this up because I'm gonna have to drive home on ice, so I don't want to do that.
What do I do for work? That's a question. I do math. I work in finance.
She's smart.
So, one thing we both have in common.
We love coffee.
We do love coffee. We love photography. We like good food.
Love food. We love Brussels sprouts.
We do love Brussels sprouts.
We have a lot of things in common.
We like to travel.
Yeah.
We're good travel buddies, I think.
We love to sing 90s music in the car.
Oh my god, and we could have like dance-offs in the living room together all day long.
We love to dance. Or outside on the street.
Yeah, or outside in the street like we did today.
Yep. Alright, next question.
Okay. How do we help each other get through hard times?
I think we just really listen and let each other talk and just try to like let them know that we're there for them and that we understand. And I mean, just being there. Like, I don't think it really takes like you having to like counsel somebody and tell them what to do.
No, just listening.
I think just having someone there to listen.
Sounding board.
Yeah.
and someone to tell you that like your feelings are valid, like that's really important when you're going through something. And you know, we've had moments where we've been sad or upset or mad or angry, and
not at each other.
Just not at each other, but at life. And I couldn't think of anyone better to go through a hard time with, because she will always be there to be like, your feelings are valid. I get you. I know you're sad. We're gonna get through it together.
We're never gonna be that like person that is like, stop crying. Like if you're crying, just let it out. Like,
no.
Feel your emotions. And
so I'm gonna skip a few.
Okay.
What is one thing you want the world to know about the other?
Here.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll tell you something. I just got a big clump of cilantro, and that was not good.
I don't like cilantro.
Oh, it tastes like soap. I'm gonna eat a big potato.
Gross.
One thing.
Okay, almonds.
Peyton, no. What's that? Wait, let's skip that. Becca, when are you getting married?
November 1st of 2019.
Oh. What's Tara like in real life? Like this?
I don't know.
I'm like,
I mean, you're just normal. Like, you're just
I wouldn't bridge that far.
When we first started hanging out, I actually made it a point not to read the blog, because I wanted to get to know the real Tara, and real Tara and blog Tara aren't that far off. But I think that there's something about a human being that you can't just get from a blog, and that's like the little nuances and like the weirdness and the awkward moments and stuff like that, and the really great moments,
the not polished
too. Yeah,
moments.
The not polished moments. And so I think that I don't know, I don't want to say you're unpolished off camera, but like I'm just trying to explain that like she's just like totally like one of anyone out there, really. She's normal.
I'm definitely, what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty basic.
Yep. And
show a little bit more of like feeling in real life, rather than just like
you're more whole in real life. You're a whole person in real life.
Yeah, and I think that's like kind of like the one reason I wanted to do more YouTube, is to like kind of like give people our real personality.
Yeah. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we satisfied with that answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really hard hard question to answer, because you've only known me like as me. Like you don't know me just by reading the blog.
No, I didn't read her blog first and then get to know her. I definitely got to know her and then read her blog when I had time.
And Becca, what are your goals for 2019? Podcast. She's gonna start a podcast in 2019. I'm gonna co-host, and I just answered her goal for her.
Yes, thank you. What is your goal for 2019?
To be your co-host in your podcast.
Okay, so our podcast is our goal for 2019, because we get shit done.
Let us know what we should name it, because
we're struggling.
We're so struggling. We have today I said let's be two-pack, like Tupac. We were talking about coming in like pairs.
Was it two besties in a pod, or bopping around the bestie tree is what we actually said today. So I mean, it's just,
and then
it's
pour
really
over
weird in our brains.
Pour over convos or something. I don't know. It's bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. So we've had this question probably like 10 times, because, well, we've both been through weight loss journeys. I think when you have a weight loss journey, it is always going to be a journey for the rest of your life. But a lot of people want to know how we started our weight loss journey, how to go about a weight loss journey, and just like there's so many questions about our weight loss. And I think we both have like very similar stories, but also very, very different, you know?
Our entire lives isn't just about the weight we've gained or lost.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that anyone starting on a weight loss journey needs to realize, is just be okay with who you are. Be okay with yourself. even if you're 50 pounds heavier than you were last summer.
And like, that is hard to do.
It's very hard, but you have to learn how to be okay with yourself and realize that you weren't just put on earth to lose weight and to diet and to subscribe to really terrible standards of beauty that I think that us as a culture we have.
Yeah, and it's easy to fall.
Yeah, and I won't say that we haven't obviously promoted weight loss or anything like that, but it's just about us as a journey to our healthier and healthiest selves. It's not about the weight loss. It was, for me, it was about getting healthy because I wasn't healthy.
Well, I mean, with weight loss and weight gain, it doesn't always happen with like the food you're eating or the amount of exercise. Like a lot of weight loss and weight gain has to do with what's happening like in your life. Like I know that I gained a lot of my weight because of like just being sad and just being lonely and just being depressed and not knowing how to eat right. And
a lot of it is knowing how to eat right for your body and knowing when to ask for help. Like if you feel stuck and like you're not losing weight, there's no shame in like going to see a doctor and getting some blood work done and stuff like that. And it's asking people who might know more about nutrition on how to live and what's right for your body.
I will say this.
Say this as I'm eating chocolate.
It's dark chocolate healthy. I will say this though. Can you be a little quieter over there?
Yep.
Every body is different. And I have a couple examples. Like for instance, I had a friend who was all about fitness, all about going to these classes, and she's super fit, but she's never really struggled with a weight problem. And so I thought, hey, I'll start going to classes with her and I'll start doing classes on my own. And then all of a sudden I was going to HIIT workouts 5 times a week. I was eating the strictest, cleanest diet. And I remember like Becca and I were doing a shoot and she was taking photos of me. And yeah, I looked a little bit more fitter, but I was just like, I knew with the amount of effort I was putting into like working out and eating right, that I shouldn't have looked or felt a certain way. And then that's what made me go to a doctor and be like, hey, like something's off. Like, you know your body. I went to a doctor, I had blood work done, I had a lot of testing done, and I found out that by me working out, I was actually doing harm to my body because my heart rate was like going bonkers, my cortisol levels were insane, and I was holding on to fat while like putting on muscle. And so he just said, you know what, do walks, go to Pilates, go to yoga, stop being stressed out. And since then, since cutting HIIT workouts out of my life like a year ago and doing things that are fun like tennis, I've never felt better. And I don't weigh myself. I haven't stepped on a scale in a year, and I think that's another big, like that's huge. Don't get on a scale. Like that thing is scary. I think when it comes to weight loss, you have to probably talk to a doctor and figure out your body.
Yeah.
Talk to a professional, but what we're trying to say is weight loss isn't about the food you eat and how much exercise you get. It's really about how you live your life in a way that's healthy for you. You have to do something that you can, like, that's realistic.
Find something that you love to do. Don't go to HIIT workouts if you don't love them.
No.
Like, it's a waste of life. Like, you're just wasting your time and energy. And if you find something that you truly love, like walking or running or something like that, just do that.
And like,
just do that.
Another example is like, sorry to bring you up, but you did like keto, and it's a like success for her, and she does so great on it. As soon as I go on a keto diet, I blow up like a balloon. So that's just another example of what works for her does not work for me. So you just kind of have to figure it out. Like, that sounds horrible. Figure it out yourself, but
no,
you gotta. I don't know. It's just really hard to talk about.
Yeah. And like, I think the other thing is too, is like, you're gonna have ups and downs in your weight loss journey. I can tell you, I lost a ton of weight and I was down to the smallest that I'd ever been. And then kind of life took over and me and Freddie started dating, and you know how boys are, they can eat like 3 pieces, like they can eat 3 pizzas like in one sitting and they're like, oh, I'm fine. And like I look at a pizza the wrong way and I gain like 20 pounds. But like I gained some of that weight back, and a lot of my struggle has been trying to get back to not where I was when I was smaller or skinnier or thinner, and I hate using those words, but not trying to get back to that same weight. My thing is trying to get a lifestyle that works for me in my current state. So it's like, it's, you know, being able to say no to the pizza at this point in time.
But I will say, okay, sorry, the camera turned off because we're just blabbing. But all I'm gonna say is that I genuinely think, I don't know, and I can't speak for you, that this past year, even though you say you've gained weight, I think you have gained confidence. You have been happier than I've ever seen you. Yeah. And you've been preoccupied on bettering your career. You've bought a house. You have like this new car. I mean, you have your life just, you're engaged. There's so much going on where you're not thinking about your smaller jeans, and you're not thinking about your like weight every 5 seconds, and you're just in a place where it's like, you're so happy, and that's what's healthy.
Yes, I agree.
So I agree. Enough of the weight loss. We covered it.
Yeah, we kind of both didn't.
We acknowledged it.
Yes.
Ooh, do you want to answer that or no?
I can. Really quick.
Becca, are you religious?
No. I'm not. So
I am.
There we go.
Oh, but
I'm definitely more spiritual, but I don't find comfort in religion.
But you know what I love? I will say I'll pray for you, and we used to go to church a lot. I haven't. But I do believe in God. I do talk to God. Becca never makes like it feel like I shouldn't be. She never like, and I don't push God on you.
No. Like, we have the ability to talk about those things, and we have sat down and had those discussions, but it's not...
It's respectful.
It's definitely respectful.
And politicians can take a chapter out of our book.
You and your friends, or anybody, if you have a relationship with someone, you guys can disagree and have viewpoints that clash, but still have respect for each other and still be friends.
That's what betters the world.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just understanding and coming from a place that your experience is not, my experience is not like Tara's experience in life. And therefore I don't have the same worldviews that she might have. So for us, it's about respect. It really is.
Definitely. Oh, if you guys could choose a career for each other, what would it be? I think I would choose one for us both. I would love, like, my dream in like 15 years, maybe even shorter, is for Becca and I to own a coffee shop. I think we'd kill it.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just like, we'd have so much like good healthy food and locally sourced, the best coffee, the best drinks. That's my 2019 goal. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's a dream of mine, and I know it's a lot of work, but I think one day I would love to own a coffee shop with you.
Yes. Yeah, I would too. Okay.
Because here's why. We always go into coffee shops and we're like, I would do this different. I would.
Oh, yeah.
This coffee's a little sour.
Yeah. Yeah, and we both have like a different eye for things. So like some things she'll find, and like other things I'll find, and
when you put us together, we're like, I don't know what this is.
Are you gonna like it?
When you put us together, we can come up with some pretty cool things.
Yes.
Favorite Christmas song? Santa Baby.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Okay, sing it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I want a
Santa baby,
hippopotamus
slip
for
a sable
Christmas.
under the tree for me. I want a hippopotamus. How many kids do you want?
So 1 is too few and 10 is too many. So somewhere in the middle.
2? 9?
No, I grew up with siblings, so I really think that if I have 1, they have to have a sibling. So hopefully 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I would like to have...
I hear they're expensive.
Not anytime soon. Maybe like 6 years from now or something. I don't know. Life is so weird and it can change like this.
Yeah.
I would possibly like to have 2 or 3 kids, but I think I would like to adopt.
Yeah.
I don't like know if I can have kids because I have endometriosis, but I mean, I probably, there's a lot of people with endometriosis that can. My mom had really like tough pregnancies. I was born at 6 months and just like she had 8 miscarriages and just really scary things.
Oh, that's crazy. My mom had like 9 miscarriages before she had me.
That is insane. We are miracle babies.
We are.
But she has this thing, like it's a heart-shaped uterus, so I know I'm gonna gross you out, but when she was pregnant with me, I was only on one side, and so I mean, it was really scary for her, and I'm just like nervous that I would like to adopt or foster to adopt or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah. What's the best advice you've given to each other, and then we'll do the pros and cons.
Okay.
What's the best advice I've ever given you?
One day, I mean, Tara obviously, she gives good advice, but
It depends what, like.
there was one day where I was, maybe this isn't advice, but there was one day when I was like having an anxiety meltdown over food, and I was tracking my food, and I was tracking too much. I think I was tracking too much at this point in time, and I was getting really obsessed with the numbers.
Was this the time I threw your phone in the ocean?
No, no. But Tara, like, I remember her just being like, slow down, it's okay, you can eat this food, like, you can eat, don't worry about the points or whatever you're trying to track or anything like that. So that day kind of sticks out in my head.
Well, I know how obsessive.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can easily get obsessed with numbers.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Especially when there's 2 numbers you have to track, a scale and your macros, and it's a bad cycle.
Yeah.
And the best thing to do is just not. And I know that's hard to just not and to listen to your body and eat intuitively, but if you do, you will be in the best mindset, because when you don't, it just leads to binging and restricting. But
well, I mean, I'm just gonna say that Tara was intuitive enough to know that I was having an issue that day, and she stepped in, and like I really remember that moment. So I mean, it's probably not the best like life advice you've ever given me, but it, I don't know, it's pretty good. It you know, it saved me that time.
I have good life advice. Am I gonna get you in trouble with this one?
No.
You said no before you even knew.
I mean, I don't care.
She was there for me, and like the advice she had given me throughout that breakup really meant a lot to me, because if Becca wasn't in my life, I don't know if I would have ever broken that cycle of being with that person. And I think after that, like, you and I became like sisters, and we were just so like independent, and I think having you there and like advice, like giving me advice through that all, like meant a lot.
Yeah.
But, like, okay, we're gonna answer a last question, and then I'm gonna have to go because it is sleeting out and I have 45 miles to drive, and that's scary because it's country roads. So the Charlotte one?
Yeah, pros and cons?
Yeah.
So somebody asked what they're thinking about moving to Charlotte, and they asked what the pros and cons are for living here.
Let's do 5 and 5.
Yep.
Okay. A pro, they have really good food. Everyone is annoyingly nice.
Yes.
And it's a very diverse city.
Yep.
Diversity.
I think
Traffic.
I think there's a lot of opportunities here too.
We'll throw that out. Lots of oh my gosh.
There's so many
jobs and opportunities and groups and meetups and things. And the weather.
And the town is the weather's great, and like the town is full of really young people. So that's awesome too. If you're young and you're wanting to move here and meet new people, like it's full of young people here. I'll
give the negatives. The traffic is unbelievable now since moving here. The houses, if you're buying, they have gone up extremely, but if you're selling...
Housing is really expensive here.
What else?
My 500 square foot apartment, which was basically like a closet room, was $800 a month.
And that you couldn't get that anymore?
No.
What are some other negatives?
If you're
There's
from
so many good things. Like I can name all 10. Like we're close to the beach, the mountains, great airport.
I think if you're from like the West Coast or up north, it's a little bit hard to adjust to people down here.
Yeah, there are some clicky cliques around here.
Kind of form their own little group, and like it's usually like a church group, or you know, they went to school together and they've known each other for 25 years because they all grew up in the same town. So it's kind of hard to break into that. We're not saying anything against like the Southern culture, because obviously we love it or else we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
But if you are coming from somewhere where it's a lot more open and diverse, when you come here it might be hard to find.
So many different type of neighborhoods here, like that could fit any type of lifestyle.
Yep.
That I think is so cool.
The walking trails.
So many walking trails.
Awesome.
It's a very health and fitness,
yep.
I don't know, like city. And then I think one annoying thing would be is like Charlotte is so spread out, and we're not really built yet for the roads and the bridges, so it really takes a long time to get to point A to point B. Yeah. Like if they built a bridge or a highway to get to like Becca and I's house, we would be able to see each other within like 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. But because there's not, we have to go all the way around, and it's just like a 50-minute drive. But speaking of drive, we are gonna cut this short. But if you guys want us to do another Q&A, let us know. Like, tell us. I mean, we're down to do it whenever. Leave your questions for us in the comments, and we'll both hop on the comment section and like respond to you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you have a question for Becca, she'll respond. I'm like telling them that you'll do it, so you better do it.
Yes, I'll find time in my busy schedule.
And I hope you guys aren't like sleeping and so dang bored. And I hope we brought a little bit of entertainment to your
Do I need to get down lower?
Yeah. All right, so thank you guys for watching our mukbang. And if you guys want us to do another, let us know. I don't know if the camera cut off and if we've already said this, but let us know in the comments with your questions. Yes. And we had a lot of fun.
We did. I felt like I learned new things about you during this.
I hope we weren't like too awkward.
Yeah, no, me neither.
And I think you guys should do mukbangs with your friends, because it's like a therapy session.
It's a bonding experience.
We're still going on this mukbang here. But oh, I have another suggestion. I want Becca to be in another one of my Vlogmas. So you guys come up with what we should do next. I want. Oh wait, what am I gonna say? Hide him. Her. Sorry, her. Come up with what you want us to do next. You guys are gonna control our entire day, where we eat, what we do. Bam. Okay. Guys, this is Peyton. And she just ate a hat.
She did. She ate my fiance's hat.
Peyton has a lot of personality, and she's the sweetest. And Zayd would have loved her.
Zayd would have loved her.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. And
thank you.
I hope I get home okay.
Me too.
Oh, another thing. I saw a question on the end. What do we do that's really weird?